I have a solution for, I think it's a common problem among women. When I was living in Chicago, one day I had to sprint, but I made it onto the bus just as the doors were hissing closed. Now, I was really kind of new, just getting to know the bus schedule, but I knew that if I missed that one, it'd probably be about another hour till I caught the next one, okay? Now, the bus is pretty nice. I lived in New York City for 10 years. I'm a big fan of public transportation. After being in Chicago, I like it as an option, not as the only option. But it was good. It's really very pleasant. There's very wealthy, well-dressed people riding the bus, and you get a great view of the city streets as you go by. So it's nice. The only two exceptions to a nice time riding the bus are rush hour in the rain and when a crazy person is riding the bus with you, all right? So this particular day, as we pulled up to the next stop, reason number 2 ambled on board. And he was ranting, and he was raving, and he was smelling like blue cheese and wet wool. So I turned to look out the window to practice tolerance and to create a little air bubble around myself. And I heard him coming up the aisle, and he was commenting on everything from, "Those are amazing boots." I was like, okay, he's got taste. And then he started going on about how he was sad that the facts of life were no longer on television. I know. So I'm just in my own little world, and suddenly I hear him gasp and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, this woman needs help. You have to help. Somebody, please. This woman needs help." And it hit me hard, a realization. I hadn't even noticed the woman. And neither, apparently, did anyone else. And I thought, it takes someone with very little means of his own, obviously, to bring our attention to someone who is obviously in need of help. And so I thought kind of proud of him. And I felt really warm. And I turned to watch him help this woman because I thought at least she's going to give him a smile of gratitude, and that'll be nice. But when I turned, he wasn't standing by a woman. He was standing by me. Right next to me. And he was doing this with his hand, like Vanna White. And I was standing kind of confused while he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is obviously about to have a baby. And I think it is not right for her to have to stand on a bus when she is in this condition. Won't somebody please get up and give her a seat?" Now the bus was silent, except for the heartbeat that was banging out of my body. And a very kind young man sitting right in front of me got up and gave me a hand gesture like, of course I would give up my seat to someone who is as obviously pregnant as you. Except I wasn't pregnant. So I laughed. And I said, "Thanks, folks. Not pregnant, just chubby." And I turned back to the window and I pressed my forehead against the glass and I prayed to God, promising that I would never, ever beg for a better chin again if he could only make me invisible just this one time. Now I know from confessions around the wine bottle that I'm not the only one that this has happened to. Anybody brave enough to show me their hands? So this is not an uncommon occurrence. When it happens to you, it feels like, oh, I have the perfect solution for everybody involved. Because you know what I think? I think maybe not in this case, but I think the person that says it, when they probably feel at least, if not worse, than we feel when it happens. And I think that when you say, not a baby, just a bump, it makes them feel terrible too. So I've got the perfect solution. Are you ready? Here it is. The next time that you're at a wedding or an event and you're all dressed up, maybe you're wearing your little Diane von Furstenberg that you got at a really great deal at Filene's Basement. Yes! And you're wearing that and someone comes up to you and they say, "Oh, when are you expecting?" Here's what you do, okay? Are you ready? You look at them and you say, "In 3 weeks." And you look down and you touch your muffin top. And you nod and you smile. Now the person who asks you is going to go, "Oh, And here's the best part. They're going to say, "You're so tiny." And you're going to say, "I know." And you're going to walk away with your head held high. You're going to feel good about you. The little baby person is going to feel good. They got to coo all over you. And it's going to be so much fun an hour later to watch their face when you order a Bombay Sapphire Up with 2 blue cheese olives.